friends, it's Kathy Clement with Kathy by Design. Welcome to Wonderful Wednesday. This is a weekly series that I do here on my channel, and each week I share a tutorial following a monthly schedule. On the first Wednesday of the month, we do our tag of the month. Second Wednesday is banner. Third Wednesday is birthday card. Fourth Wednesday is flower of the month, where I share a tutorial for making a flower with you. This week is flower of the month. And we're going to be making this really pretty floral card. These are Nasturtiums. These are Spellbinders Susan's Garden cutting dies. And the paper collection we're using is Stamperia Garden. I'll let you take a quick look at the card first. This is a 7x5 top fold. Here's our galvanized pot filled with blooming nasturtiums, a little tag from the paper collection with some alcohol inked mustard seeds just to add a bit of texture. This little stamp set is from the Propagation Garden sentiments, and then some buttons and twine from my stash. On the inside, I've created a little flat page with a pocket and a package of wildflowers. How fun is that? And this little turn tab made with another stamp from the Propagation Garden sentiments, and this pretty glitter paper from Spellbinders. On the inside, there's room to add a photo or a message. On the bottom, we've got a pocket with a sweet little bookmark and a large journal card. You could put a photo on the back or write a nice long note on the front. So I'm not going to show you how to make the card. We're going to focus on making these pretty flowers. Here are the dies. This is the Susan's Garden Nasturtium and galvanized wash bucket. It comes with these pieces that cut out the flower petals. This piece cuts out the leaves. And these are etched dies. So wherever you see lines here, it's going to leave those lines on the die cuts. And then these are the little stamen parts, but I never use those. I just put prills in because I'm lazy. And here's the galvanized bucket. And again, you get these nice etched lines, and the center part cuts out so you can make it dimensional. The sentiments that I used, I'll show you these very quickly. This is Propagation Garden. It's a new collection this April, and it's got so many wonderful sentiments on it. I love a good sentiment and a pretty font, and these are great, and they're all connected with growing things. It comes with some matching dies that cut out some of the sentiments, which is really fun. So there are 18 stamps and 8 cutting dies in this collection. And I will link to these supplies in the description box below this video. It will take you to my blog where I have everything linked up so it's easy for you to find. Very quickly, here's the Stamperia Garden collection. This has been around a long time. It's one of the very first Stamperias that I bought, and they've just re-released it. So if you didn't get this the first time around, lucky you, you can get it now. It is a stunning collection, so perfect with all of the designs and the images. It's one of my all-time favorites. I've bought, I don't even know how many pads of this paper over the years because I love it so much. It's just a great collection for anyone who loves to garden or who loves to think about gardening. So we've been putting our garden in this past week, and we've got some nasturtiums going in too, because I've heard they help keep squirrels out of the garden. You can let me know if that's true or not. All right, now that we've done that, let's bring in our supplies, and I'm going to show you how to make these pretty flowers. So I've used some chalk paint, stress oxide ink in barn door, wild honey, ripe persimmon, and spiced marmalade, some old glimmer mist from my stash. This one is Peach Delight. I don't even know if you can still get this stuff. And this one is Clover, but you can probably find something similar from some other company. And then these are Prills in Go Mango. I've got a funnel tray, a little water brush, and here are my die cut pieces. These are the leaves. And you can see where I took my water brush with this leaf and I just barely dipped it in the white paint to emphasize those etched lines, and it kind of gives the leaf, you can see it has a little more depth and detail than this one. And then here's one finished flower for you to see, and then here are the pieces that I die cut. And for each leaf, you're going to need one of these 3 petal layers and one of these 2 petal layers. And let me see, yep, okay. So to begin, on this lighter color, and I'm going to bring in some clear acrylic just so that you don't have to look at a messy, messy desk. All right, this is just the packaging from my paper, but it makes a pretty good desk protector too. All right, I'm going to come in, I'm going to start with this. You see how one is lighter, one is darker. I'm going to start with this lighter color, and I'm going to start in the middle with spiced marmalade on a sponge dauber, and I'm just going to go around the center and along the edges. And of course you can do whatever color you like. I just thought these looked really good. You know, they're a close replica to actual nasturtiums. So you can see I'm just tapping along those edges. And then I'm going to come in with wild honey. And I'm just going to do a quick brush in the center of each one. And what this does is it creates a sort of a shading. And it really looks good once you get it put together. For this one, which is a darker one, I'm going to start in the center with barn door. And I'm just very lightly putting it in the center and then going around the outside edges. And of course, you don't have to color these with ink. You can do them just as they come. I just think it's so pretty the way it adds that look of real dimension to these. And then I'm going to come in with ripe persimmon. And I'm just going to do that quick little brush in the center of each petal. So you can see it's very, very quick. Your fingers get a little inky, but that's okay. All good days have a little ink, a little bit of inky fingers in them. Now I'm going to come in with my mister, and I'm just going to lightly spritz these on both sides. This is going to release the starch that's in the paper, and it's going to make it much easier for me to shape these. And to shape them, I'm going to use my Heartfelt Creations flower shaping kit. I'm going to use this stylus, which is not the largest one, it's the next to the largest, and the stylus below that. And I'm going to put these on my shaping mat, and I'm going to, on the back, I'm just going to pull from the outside edge to the inside. Then I'm going to flip it and press it down like that. Okay, same thing here. I've got it upside down, and I'm just pulling to the center and pressing in the middle. So you can see these are very, very quick to shape. It doesn't take any real special skill set. You just have to, it's really fun to do. All right. For the leaves, I came in with my spiced marmalade, and I just kind of lightly went over them because nasturtium leaves have a little bit of color to them. And then I came in with my barn door just in the center. And then same thing, I'm gonna wet it lightly. And I'm just gonna press these in toward the center. I'm not rolling, I'm just pressing just to create a little bit of dimension. And that's what we end up with. And then I'm gonna come in with my small one in the center and press the other direction. See, so now I've got these really pretty looking little leaves. All right, clean up some of this water. You can see this is the cloth I've been using for a while. Now I'm going to come in, and the way these go together, you've got the 3-part and the 2-part. You can either do it like this, or this is how I did it. And I made these go up, and I put that right in the middle. I'm just going to set that aside. I kind of jigged it around a little bit to shape it the way I wanted it to be shaped. And then I just set it aside. So you can see that is pretty easy too. Staying free of the glue gun is the hardest part. So here we go. Just a tiny spot of hot glue. Of course, you can use whatever adhesive you like. I'm just going to put that right in the center, kind of shape those around the way I want them to be, and set that aside. I'm going to come back in with my mat and my stylus, and I'm just going to press into these centers to get really good lift. And I'm going to flip them over and just push along this back side to make a curl. See? And sometimes if you fold your mat in half and then press in, you can get better lift. See how well that did? So and I don't worry about them looking perfect, because in nature, flowers are not perfect. All flowers look different from all other flowers. So to me, it looks a little more realistic if they're not quite perfect. All right. There. Okay. All right. And my funnel tray. So I'm going to take these, I'm going to put hot glue right in the center. And see how it's, I don't know if you can see, it's kind of domed up. And I'm going to set it in my funnel tray. Just like this. And I'm going to come in with my prills and shake them into the center. Just let that set for a minute. You can also do this with dry as clear adhesive, but do you see how you get that pretty dome shape with the hot glue? And it sets pretty fast, which is also nice. See? Of course, the hot glue, you're going to have glue webs to deal with, so. Right. Now, to me, these are very, very pretty, just as they are. You could put them on a card, and you've got the variation in color, but I love what just a little spritz of glimmer mist. And see, I didn't do a lot, just enough to give it a tiny bit of shine and to highlight those colors. So that is how you do the nasturtiums. And then when let me clean this off. bring this in. I do the same thing with my flowers. I kind of round the edges of these leaves and then press into the middle. The leaves on nasturtiums are, to me, almost as pretty as the flowers are. And this one I did not do with the white chalk paint. I think we're going to be fine. And then, oops. Just a couple quick spritzes of this mist. And you can hit these with a heat tool. I recommend you just let them dry because you've already put your color and everything on them, and they'll dry. Put them aside, let them dry overnight, and when you come in to your shop tomorrow morning, you'll be all ready to go to work and make something beautiful. So that is our Flower of the Month tutorial for April 2024. These beautiful little nasturtiums. They're so sweet, and I think these are great. I like the size of these because they're a nice size to mix in with other flower arrangements, and so cheerful for spring. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, I would love to have you along for the journey. Next week is a tag of the month, and that's it for me, Kathy Clement, Kathy by Design. Thanks for joining me. Go get your craft on. Bye.